chest, fingers flying, making patterns twist. Susie's voice breaking through the haze, crochet forever in a woolly maze.
Hello, how are you? It's Susie with Susie's Crochet Chat, place where we talk about yarn, hooks, tips, tricks, everything in between. Today, I thought I would go over 10 ideas that help crocheters at craft markets, because it is that time of year where, you know, you start having those craft markets, shows, things like that. And if you were, you know, first time selling, or even if it's not and you need a little refresher, I'm going to go through. So the first thing is, you know, create a cohesive theme. You know, pick color palette or style, you know. Are you making things that are more rustic, boho, minimalist, or, you know, children? Like, different styles. Whatever you're making, kind of keep it uniform. That kind of works. Then people know what's there, sort of. The second thing would be use vertical displays. And we have done that with my husband. So, you know, you can use shelves, you can use crates, pegboards. You want to show off all your items at different heights. It really helps. Plus, it makes more room for you to display things. The third thing is, being it is a fiber product, you might want to have a little touch and feel section. I know that sounds terrible, but you know, crochet is all about the texture. So you might want to have a little sample of some of the things where they, you know, because you don't want them just picking up your stuff and, you know, handling every single thing. So if you had a little area where they could feel the yarn in a sample of what you've made, I think that's a good idea. That really could be helpful. Because a lot of people want to know, like, the softness and things of that sort. The next thing is you might want to group things by category or color. You know, cohesiveness really attracts the eye. So that might be something you might want to do. Put all your hats together, scarves, amigurumi, you know, and then your color, your gradients, the whole thing. And I'm trying to think if we do, when Dave does his shows, we do them in categories. You know, not really by color. His stuff's wood, it's different, but categories, that's exactly what we do. And I say we because I help him most of the time doing this stuff. Another thing that's really important is to have really clear, attractive pricing. Now, you can do all kind of stuff for the pricing. You can get little, almost like gift tags, but you get them at the craft store, and they might be about this big. And then if you use a real nice marker, that works. You know, Dave makes these like price tags that are about this big, and he puts chalk paint on it, and then we use chalk paint, and that's how we do it, because that it really is important, the pricing, you know, that it helps. It really does. It's amazing. Let's see, where am I? There also could be a small work in progress center, you know, or corner. You know, you might want to be crocheting something depending on how many people you're getting and how busy it is. But then they'll see you actually doing this. It might attract them to want to come over to your table. Of course, once they get there, you need to put your project down. But just some busy work is always good. I know I'm saying a lot, but I just Googled this stuff for you. So I'm just kind of going through my list. The next one is eye-catching props. And that's really true. To put your things in. Maybe you have a real pretty basket or a decorative tiny little like suitcase, travel bag, something, mannequin heads work. I'm trying to think what else. Anything that you would be able to display your item in that is different. You don't want to be the same as everybody down the line. You want yours to stand out. And that would even go, which I've done for Dave. And now that I'm thinking of it, I might make one for his new show coming up. You can make banners and buntings. You know, the triangle bunting, you can make like a banner. I've made different ones. I've made 4th of July. I've made a Christmas one. I have a St. Patrick's Day one. Maybe that's all I have. But I could make one. This is going to be like a car show, craft event. I have to think about what. Oh, I might do racing stripes, black and white. So, you know, as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking for my own self. But, you know, things like that. And then if you have that canopy, you can just, you know, put it there. If you don't, you could swoop it around your table. You could do mystery boxes or bags. And what we did was we got the price tag things from the not from the dollar store, from the craft store. And they're about this big and they kind of look like a price tag. So we got those, and then I think it was on Amazon. We bought a whole bunch of colorful stickers that have a question mark on it. So that we put that on the price tag and then put that on our wrapped item. And that's you know, and put it in a decorative little basket or whatever, wherever you're going to display it. Make sure you have a nice display saying what it is, like a mystery bag, or there could be a lucky draw, whatever it is. And then you can do that. It works. And if you have older items or items that aren't selling real well, you could put those in there because you don't mind them being, you know, gone like that. And it works. People, you know, they don't know. So out it goes, I guess. Keep products at varying price ranges. Excuse me. because not everyone can afford to buy the most expensive thing you have, but it could be different prices. You know, you have stuff that's maybe a dollar or two, whatever. Do a market research of your area of what people like. The best way to do that is before your show, maybe a month before, maybe there's another show, go to that, and then you'll see what people are making and what they're buying. You can, kind of check it out. Make sure, oh, I know, this is what I wanted to say before. Make your tables really pretty too, not just with the decorative boxes or luggage, whatever whatever you're using. Get a nice tablecloth. And they do have tablecloths that wrap around the legs of your tables. You can look at them. You can look for them on Amazon. That's where we found them. This way you don't have to worry when the wind's blowing, there goes your tablecloth and all your stuff. But that's another thing. You really have to have stuff weighted, especially since it's, light crochet items, or, could be light. Maybe you could wrap up a brick or something to put inside just so that it's weighted down and everything's flying all over the place. So, those are the things that are, to me, very helpful. And, craft shows are fun, but they are a lot of work. So make sure you do the work so that you can see the profit. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave a comment. Maybe you have some ideas that I didn't talk about. And follow me over on Facebook, Susie's Crochet Chat. Join there. And then you can post you can post your ideas too over there. Pictures. There's the community page here. You can put pictures in. I love to see everything, and I love to hear from you all. So I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.
Midnight oil burning stitches remain, whispering threads holding back the strain. Susie's voice guiding, I'll never quit. Pattern's rough, but it's got